Hello everybody, this is FC7, and today I'm going to show how I solo Anguish for Epic 2.0 orbs. I'll be using this on my Necromancer, my main, and this is the item we're looking for. So here we are at the entrance to Anguish. So to put this in some perspective, I'm a level 105, 20,000 AA points, and here I have my alts with me. They'll be needing their discordant orbs. So here I am setting up my spells. This was actually filmed in August of 2017, depending on when you're watching this. Everything should be up to date as of right now. The tactics and everything. The alts are actually going to stay at the entrance, so I'll be doing this completely solo. No mercenary. Mercenaries don't work. Mercenaries won't work in Anguish. So here's my spell setup. As you can see, I have the top 3 corruption dots. That's very important because a lot of these mobs will be resistant to fire, magic, and disease. Have your swarm pet up and your 2 auras, your damage over time auras, and a life tap. First event is Gelvan the Harrier. Not much to say about this fight. It's pretty much a straight up just DPS and tank. Nothing too special happens. If you're 105, I think there's some ads or something that spawn somewhere, but you don't have to worry about that. This is a guy that is very resistant to your regular fire, magic, disease spells, so you'll want to stick to your corruption dots. Cast corruption dots on him, and for the ads, just use your swarm pets or your 2 damage over time auras, Echo of Disillusion, and Remote Sphere of Decay. My tactic with him is just to send your pet in to tank him, and then just swarm pet him. And use Wake the Dead for all the corpses that are on the ground that are killed by the dot aura. So with this event, if you're going for the Epic 2.0 orbs, keep in mind that the first 4 that I'm going to do are paired. So there's Gelvan the Harrier and Gelvan. Whichever one you do first, it's not going to drop the orb, but if you do, the one you do second will drop the orb. So we won't get an orb to drop on this event, but we will on Gelvan. Same is true for Tor and Hanver. They're paired as well. So whichever one you do second is the one the orb will drop on, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to go through all 4 of them, plus the Archmagus, which will be my last one. So Gelvan is down, so now we move on to Gelvan. I got some kind of dot on me, just easily curable. So Gelvan, go up to him, go through his text dialogue, and the event will start. On this one, you'll definitely need your damage over time auras for. Just grab the mobs that are around the center. These 3 guys. The event just calls for defeating these 3 mobs. And again, they're resistant to fire, magic, disease. And I actually remember rating this when this was current content, and there's not much a Necro could do at this point. When this was current, a lot of the corruption dots didn't exist. Well, none of them existed, actually. So I think we just stuck to life tapping, which was extremely inefficient. So with this event, I just put the aura down and then cast corruption dots on each of them. Just cast the 3 on each and then put the aura down. You can also do some swarm petting. You have your life taps up. Also Reluctant Benevolence. I'm not sure, they might nerf that soon, so I think that's going to become a passive AA, but RB works really well in this event as well. I guess it's going to become passive, but right now it helps every time you cast a spell. And that should be as easy as it gets. Sorry for that sound. Just use your Rocketeer boots to get up. Open the chest, and you should have an orb for at least one of your alts. Okay, so we'll hand that to one of my alts and move on to the next event. That will be Tour. So we'll get this out of the way. And this guy is pretty much the same as Gelvan. Just DPS and tank him. Clear out the ads in the room. So we'll just put an aura down, get rid of the ads, and then just concentrate fully on Tour. And again, he's very resistant, just like the rest of the event mobs. Resistant to fire magic disease, so use your corruption dots and swarm pets. So now that he's defeated, we'll move on to the next event. This next one is the most time consuming, so just be prepared. It's not too bad, but it'll take maybe 15 minutes or less. Well, maybe 10 minutes. What happens is every time you DPS him down to a certain point, I believe it's every 20%, his hit points lock. And you have to defeat his group of ads that spawn with him, and then wait, and then when they respawn, you have to defeat them again, and he'll go down another 20%, and so on and so forth. It's really just a game of waiting around. So I'll just show an example, first 20-40%, and then switch off, because nobody really has time to just sit here and watch this event unfold. People probably have more important things to do. And I don't don't think this guy is too resistant to fire, if I remember correctly. You can actually get some dots off on him, but still stick to your corruption dots. And I believe the way it works is once he's defeated, he drops an orb, an Epic 2.0 orb, and then there's a chance another one can drop in his room because there will be a pod that spawns. So you actually have a chance of getting 3 just by doing these 4 events. Maybe somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So we'll just sit here and wait. Make sure to bring a good book with you. So there's the ads that spawn. Just put your dot or down. And you will be able to bring his hit points down another 20%. So now finally you can see his hit points drop. So at this point, I'm going to fast forward until he's defeated because you pretty much get the picture. So here's the sphere I was talking about. Sometimes it spawns and sometimes it doesn't. So there's our globe. So we have another Epic 2.0 piece for our alts. Now we're on to the next event, Bangle. So this one's super easy. You just have to send your pet in, DPS him down, and he doesn't resist anything, so you can use your regular lineup that you usually use in your raids if you're a raider. He'll spawn a group of ads. Just put your dot or down, and it'll make short work of them. And be careful, just do this event quickly, DPS him down as fast as possible, because I think after a certain amount of time he casts a death touch. But I haven't had a problem with it in a while, so here he is defeated, and he also drops another orb, a globe. There is one more event in the zone, Overlord Madamerum, but I'm not going to show how to solo it because it is a little bit difficult doing it solo. You have to deal with death touches, and even though I finished it in this video, I had to have a little bit of help from the alts curing death touch. Maybe someday I will show my attempt at doing it solo, but for right now, if I can't really technically finish this solo, then I won't do it. But he also drops another orb. So I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see you later.